if you have the background, you kind of get invested easily.
Somebody is saying that.
Yeah, कि man to woman जब वो इकट्ठे काम करते हैं, it brings a lot of balance. I didn't even know ये सब क्या होता है यार. I really didn't know what is circular economy, what is sustainability. I started with a job, and I said I don't even want to be an entrepreneur. He's working all the time here. If my people are not happy, मेरे पीठ के पीछे वो क्या करेंगे? It's going to be terrible, यार.
It has to be self-motivated.
It has to be that they love it. I never got any I'm a woman so there's an issue type of. It just never came up. See, you cannot wear the hat of being an outwardly person, looking after the company and looking after your employees on a daily basis and answering to investors and answering to employees. I mean, it's not possible. Those constantly keep changing yourself. I think it's hugely important. It's very gratifying.
So hi, welcome on Sipping Thoughts. As usual, we are back with power-packed women on the show. Today we have Aditi Balbir, and which is like a very subject very close to my heart, because sustainability and eco-consciousness is something that I feel we all should be.
Yeah.
So that's a great topic. So welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Aditi, pleasure to meet you. I've been seeing you on Instagram and I've been watching your reels. So I was like, okay, is she an entrepreneur? Is she an investor? Is she doing a new startup? So please tell us a little bit about what is it that you're doing now?
So I wear a lot of hats. Let me put it that way. I am first and foremost an entrepreneur, and I think I will remain one till the time that I die. So I am building my second startup, which is all about sustainability and generative AI. The idea is really to kind of make sustainability very transparent and very accessible for everyone. It can be an individual, a corporate, it can even be a government. We all need to know how we are doing on sustainability parameters, and that's why I started that business.
So why sustainability at a time when, how did you think of sustainability? And
No, I never really thought about sustainability because I became a sustainable business in my first venture in 2014. And mainly because I had impact investors. And so they said that, you have to be sustainable. So we had these resorts in offbeat locations, and each resort was attached to a local community. And the community would kind of run the resort, would kind of take ownership for all the activities and for all the fun that the customers were having.
So how did that start? Like, wow.
Okay, so that is...
so sustainability came later, or you started with the thought of sustainability?
No. In fact, again, I was working for a venture capital fund. We had thought of being a managed Airbnb. So Airbnb was already there in the world, not so much in India at that time. This is 2010. And with the venture capital firm, we decided to give money to two entrepreneurs who said that, okay, we want to build something like an Airbnb in India, but we want it more on the managed property front. So we gave them money, and in a year's time they ran. They didn't want to do it anymore. So they said, we're shutting it down. And we gave them a lot of money. By the way, the pre-seed and the seed rounds that you hear of today, a couple of crores, the first check we ever gave these entrepreneurs who had nothing, just an idea, was 5 crores.
Wow.
So it was a huge amount of money. And the VC guy was like, oh God, this is going to shut down. So, and he's like, you decide what you want to be. You want to be an entrepreneur or you want to run my fund? So you have to do one and I'm going to do the other. So then I decided that I'm going to take up the entrepreneurship challenge. I love travel. I've been traveling since I was 6 years old. I've traveled avidly to over 100 countries. And so I thought that I had the lens from a customer point of view as to what we need to create in India. India is as beautiful as any other place in the world, right? And we have everything. I mean, so our beaches could be compared to a Maldives, and our hills can be compared to, any of the Alps and all of that, right? So I wanted to create something like that for customers. So the first thing I thought of was that if I create something in those overcrowded places, it's not going to fly. So I decided that we will do an offbeat model. That is my decision. And that's where we started creating.
When the founders ran, Did they still have any money left or no?
No,
You
hardly
started
any.
with this.
Oh no, the first job that I had to do was to get more money.
Okay.
Yeah, so we raised a lot of money. Silly money is what I call it in that venture.
Well, good days.
So yeah, definitely.
How did you convince them? Because you said now two people had ran away and now you're building a new business and you're saying, okay, in this space, how did you convince them that your idea? Because, you've been burnt, especially these VCs have been burnt.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, that was also not that difficult because when you come from the industry, then people are like, oh, she's got all the takes, so she's a McKinsey and she knows private equity and she knows investing. So those are kind of easier. I mean, I'm sorry to say, it's still very biased. I wouldn't say investing is very clear because if you have the background, you kind of get invested easily.
First, somebody is saying that.
Yeah, I mean,
You had the
it's-
pedigree.
It is, yes, you need the pedigree. I still say if people have it, it's easier now. So you might as well have it. And so you asked that question earlier that if you're rich, is it more difficult to, to get the money? It's actually easier. So right from the beginning, we had to be sustainable because so initially we had these 4-5 resorts to start with, okay, and we hired these IHM graduates and all to go and to set it all up. They ran, yeah. In 2 months they were out because they're like, we're not going to
System
stay in
nahi
this small. I mean, what is this small place? यहाँ पे मार्केट नहीं है, यहाँ पे इन लोगों से हम कैसे बात करेंगे, कोई प्रोसेसेस नहीं है, टेक तो चलता ही नहीं है, इंटरनेट ही नहीं है, तो टेक चलेगा कैसे? We put the tech, everything in place, but nothing worked. So then we figured, okay, this is not working. So the first problem of people is that we solved it with the local community. We decided, let's take intelligent guys,
Circular
12
economy you
guys,
mentioned.
and I didn't even know ये सब क्या होता है यार. I really didn't know what is circular economy, what is sustainability, social impact
But
हो
what
रहा है
is
business में.
sustainability? Because your word, I mean, like I said, like 2 words that you've said, AI and sustainability, they're thrown about everywhere now.
Yeah.
So please tell us your sustainability, what is it?
So, sustainability meant that I'm actually not hiring those graduates from IHM. I'm creating employment opportunities at the local level. I'm training them. So that means that they're not obliged to be at my resort. If tomorrow another resort comes up there, then they can shift there. They have the skill. And all of these things, like I said, I didn't realize the word sustainability till the impact investor came and said, आपका तो business sustainable है. I said, अच्छा है, really? That's
I
great.
always thought sustainability means eco-conscious, environment friendly.
It does. So no, sustainability is obviously wider. When we talk of E, S, and G, E is what we refer to as climate change, the things that are causing climate change. This was more of a business that was heavy on social impact.
Okay.
Not so much the E. The E, by the way, came later. It did come, but it came later. So this was about creating jobs, creating skills, creating communities, all of that.
So
entire
we
community.
resort totally, the concept is sustainability and providing that's circular economy.
Yes, and
You
that
choose
was,
your location also. Like
yes,
that.
yes. I mean, there's so many different locations in the country. So we used to choose something which was a little more offbeat, where the place was a little unknown, but accessible. Accessibility was very important. So actually, I had one property in Mukteshwar, but not a lot. We're still quite far to reach Mukteshwar. Sattal, you're there in like 6-7 hours.
Yeah. So,
So-
now Mukteshwar is also 6-7
Yes,
hours.
now it is. Now it is. Yes, it is.
We have talked about work, but now let's talk about Aditi and your journey. How you started, how you thought of getting into business, your personal.
So, I come from a business family, and everyone around me always thought that I would do business. But when I tried to do what my dad was doing, I failed very badly because I couldn't quite understand what he's really doing. I mean, what are these deals? What is happening? What is he selling? I couldn't quite figure. I mean, I've told him many times कि आपकी कोई शू की कोई फैक्ट्री या कुछ होती तो कितना आसान होता ना, मतलब we would have known what to do. So it was very difficult. He's also from IIM Ahmedabad. In fact, he's the 3rd batch. And he's been an entrepreneur since the first day. Even when he got a job with Air India, he never took it. So he's been this crazy hustler. He's built companies, different verticals. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So I started with a job. And I said, I don't even want to be an entrepreneur. He's working all the time here. So I was like, I don't want to be like him. I'm good to just do a simple job, do it, go home, have fun, all of that. So I started with a job. Initially, my first job was with a private equity fund. I swear I didn't know what that was. I was like, okay, now ye kya hai? So all of my initial years were quite, it's a real fact that when you leave college and you think you're equipped with all these skills, really you're not equipped with anything. So you really have
really
to learn
learn
the
when you're
bench.
working.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I did, and it was really good fun. Left that, went to McKinsey. McKinsey is where I found sort of my tribe, so to say, because a lot of people were my age group, lots and lots of people. They taught us the meaning of stretching. You have to work 17 hours hour days. And
Were you
I've never
really
heard
working
of that.
17 hour days?
Yeah. When you're having fun, you can really do it. That's what I love.
Because this work-life balance, this question keeps coming up. You know, Suzari.
That is a very now concept. Earlier, the concept was also
At that
not
time, there was no such concept, I know. And that is why there was this major issue of women don't work that long, men work that long, all of that, right? But at that time, we were all having a blast. I mean, we were all like this group of 25, 30 similar aged characters. So we were really having fun. So we did work those 17 hours. Like I've taken a plane, gone to New York, done a training, and then come back and record 24 hours. All of this, I think, really honed me. It helped me to do V Resorts. Even with V Resorts, it's not like I go there and then just chill in the resort. ऐसा नहीं है
People
ना.
think.
No, I go in the morning, I'd be back the next morning, and I'd be at work.
No, but what I really liked, you said you visited all the properties
Yeah,
and you
you
would
have
go by
to.
yourself.
You have to. And I hated if somebody in the office, Madam, आपके साथ जाएंगे. I'm like, नहीं, please. आप please मुझे छोड़ दीजिए. I will go on my own because I want to see what's happening. No, I don't want it to be
Intimidate.
colored, and I don't want other people, because what happens is typically people from the city, they do intimidate. They will come and they'll say, ye nahi hua, ye nahi hua, ye nahi hua, that sort of thing. My business did not work like that. If my people are not happy, मेरे पीठ के पीछे वो क्या करेंगे? It's going to be terrible,
Yeah, it has to be self-motivated.
It has to be that they love it and they are so happy and they can't find anything better. So that's what, in fact, by the way, we never had, that's another thing which is social impact. We never had contractual labor. We never had people coming in the busy seasons, people leaving in the lean seasons. I never did that. That was mandated from the fund. We are paying for this. So do not worry about it. Make sure those guys are employed for all 12 months of the year.
Because
So
loyalty
of course-
comes like that.
Yeah, so we had to obviously figure out what to do with them in the lean periods. Then we did great stuff with them, and we used to make sure that they go to stay in the best resort in that area to figure out how the resorts are run. आप कैसे train करोगे?
Yeah, but Aditi, आपका fund, if they didn't have these social impact investors, आप ये कर पाते?
नहीं कर पाते, आप बिल्कुल नहीं कर पाते. अभी कौन कर रहा है?
वही.
I don't want to say it.
नहीं, वही मैं पूछने वाली थी.
Hospitality तो अभी भी है ना. No one has gone anywhere, and there are small. Now all the large chains have smaller property businesses, right? But nobody does this. In fact, I used to meet my counterparts, and they used to be like, "You're an idiot."
Because it's a quick money, who wants to go into rigorous training
Yeah,
and
it is a big. See, salary is the biggest component of your cost at a resort. Okay, salary and food. These are the two biggest components of cost. If you're managing salary, it's the difference between black and white. So if you break even at 20% occupancy in my resort, for me to keep all these laws going on, I would have to hit 40% occupancy, and that was okayed by the investor. So that is how these social impact protocols come in place. Now that's the
So
only
that's why
way.
you need these type of investors also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if we're
absolutely.
going to see this social impact or changes like this,
Yeah.
very
absolutely.
important to have that right investor mindset.
Yeah, so now it's really percolating from up to down, because now, of course, I'm still in sustainability and I'm still doing this business, and now it is flowing from the top. So your banks, your financial institutions, your lending machines, your capital, it's not just very few impact capital. Actually, every type of LP who gives money to the VC fund has this criteria built in. So it's a ready market, they have to do it. And they have to make sure, and they are not doing much because they're only giving a check. So they're only using electricity in an office. But their entire emission is from something called financed emissions, which is their portfolio. So they have to make sure that their portfolio does it.
being woman in your journey? What are the challenges you felt? What are the vices you have
I
experienced?
guess Anisha and I have like divergent views. Look, I never got any I'm a woman, so there's an issue type of. It just never came up. In my case, maybe people are, I don't know, more bothered about the fact that I really don't know why it did not happen to me, but I did not feel that prejudice anywhere, especially at the resort level when I was a woman who was at the helm of this big chain where the people who were working were mostly men. But I never felt it, either there or in the investors. See, numbers are clearer. So my counterparts raised 10x more than I raised. That's a fact. When I was raising 2 million, Oyo was raising 20 million. We were at the same level. Our numbers was pretty much the same.
But why? Is it
I never
because
thought about that.
No.
I know. I never thought about why that was happening. But later on, I figured that I did a couple of things wrong. I mean, apparently, my counterparts went and said that we'll be this unicorn, we'll do this. So visions are much larger, right?
Same thing. We had the conversation
vision,
that the vision they present and the what we feel.
Mad.
We are conscious.
That's what we think. But is it true, or do
We
you
always say
have to
it.
present that kind of vision? Or do you have to believe in that kind of vision?
You definitely have to believe in that kind of vision. But if I'm going to say that, okay, I'm doing this in like 2 years, then it's also stupid. I'm tactical, no? I've gone through the journey. I've seen so many entrepreneurs gone through it. So if I say that, okay, you know what, I am, by the way, going to sell my new company in 2 years and I would have had 100 million revenue run rate or something like that. I mean, people will be like, okay, tell me the backstory then. How are you reaching that 100 million?
But they must be saying this stories, no? Like they say that women are cautious.
They are. Because we know that we'll get to the 100, but we know it'll be 2, 10, 50 and 100. I'm so clear about that. And I know how I'm going to reach there. So, and they come and say, 100 हो जाएगा यार अगले साल. कैसे होगा यार? ये क्या बात होती है? And so they actually present this कि आपके पास 100 मिलियन है, आप मुझे 100 मिलियन दे दो और मैं अगले साल आपको 100 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू दूंगा. ऐसे यार कौन सी
So
word
women are
काम
more
करती है ऐसे?
responsible.
So that's why now when you see the numbers, so this did happen with me. At that time, I didn't think, yeah, I'm a woman, they are men. I didn't think that way. But now when I see it, now there is data to back the fact that when women run businesses, their results are better.
Yeah.
So obviously
They
they're
actually
better.
meet their targets because they are.
we know, we've set the target, we are going to meet them. We're not crazy to say, oh, 100 हो जाएगा. अब कहाँ से हो रहा है यार वो 100? I
But
still
you
don't
talk a lot about stereotyping.
Hmm.
So is this also stereotyping of women that we are conservative?
I have yet to meet someone who's not that conservative. I don't say conservative. I don't like that word. I think we're realistic. I think we're more practical, we're realistic, and we're going to get the job done. I think that's a better way to put it. But I must say, so in my first venture, I was a sole founder. Terrible idea. Really bad.
Really?
Oh,
Now
God.
please talk about this because a lot of people think, yes,
Oh my God, don't ever do it. See, you cannot wear the hat of being an outwardly person, looking after the company and looking after your employees on a daily basis and answering to investors and answering to employees. I mean, it's not possible. Those hats are different, those skill sets are different. So don't ever do it. So like I said, now when I'm running a company with 2 co-founders who are women and 1 who's a man, I must tell you the man brings a lot of practicality and sense into it. He does. So when I say that, listen, let's take a target of say 8 crores, he'll say, आप एक काम करो, आप इसको ना 10 कर
double कर दो.
हाँ, इसको 10 कर दो. Then हमने कैसे करेंगे? मैं आपको बताता हूँ. फिर he'll come up with some solid story also कि मैं ये बना रहा हूँ, ये 2 इसको attribute कर दो, तो इसको 10 कर दो.
पर
या इसको 15
ये एक पर्टिकुलर co-founder का व्यू है या ये व्यू मैन टू वुमन है?
मैन टू वुमन. सो आई फील कि मैन टू वुमन जब वो इकट्ठे काम करते हैं, it brings a lot of balance. It's a very good idea to do it. And we have different skill sets. I'm telling you honestly, now I'm selling, by the way, outside India also. So I kind of know it's not just an Indian mindset. The mindset outside India is it's completely different. I couldn't believe it myself. There are people from Europe who will not give me time of day because I'm a woman and I'm brown. And I'm okay to say it. You know.
No, I'm
We are
glad you're
not
saying
giving
it because
they
honestly,
will
we
not.
need to call it out.
Yeah, but they aren't doing it. That world that we think of where the glass ceiling is shattered in Europe and US and
No,
UAE
it's
and all,
same.
please, it's not there at all. So,
Same
so in that time, then I need the man, na?
What are the most common challenges we feed with Gen Z
And
and
millennials.
millennials?
Yeah, ownership. They see, if somebody gave us a task, हमने भी तो jobs की हैं. So if somebody gave us a task, I can't even imagine not doing it. Can you
And not
imagine not
finishing.
doing
Yeah,
it?
no.
Imagine going to work the next day and say, you
It
know,
didn't
मेरे को तो
happen.
headache हो गया था यार, मैं तो सो गई. I can't even believe that आप ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं, you know. Or even in school, I mean, I see my kids, yeah. So even in school, you know, my kid will be like, she's just being very unfair. I went and told her, you're biased, you can't do like that. I can't imagine saying this to a teacher. So it's very different. They are brought up very differently. They have way more exposure. They know more things. So you have to really change the way you deal with them, and you have to.
So tell us 2 changes that you've made in dealing with that.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is that I have turned a blind eye to the disciplinarian issues because there are many. रोज होता है. Can we work from home? एक तो ये work from home जो
Absolutely.
COVID है ना.
And
COVID
हर
had
Monday,
major
हर
bug
Monday
on
there is
it.
तबीयत खराब. So it's
So,
like
मेरे को वर्क फ्रॉम होम करना है. अच्छा आजकल एटलीस्ट ये है कि चलो छुट्टी नहीं ले रहा बंदा,
हाँ.
वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहा है. ठीक है, सो वर्क फ्रॉम होम है, मुझे जल्दी जाना है. इट्स माय मॉम्स बर्थडे, सो आई बी वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम दैट डे. यार मॉम्स बर्थडे पे व्हाट आर यू गोना डू? एनीवे जो भी है, सो यू हैव टू टर्न अ ब्लाइंड आई. सो आई हैव डिसाइडेड आई एम नॉट गेटिंग इनटू दिस. If HR approves, you're good man. You do whatever you want. It's okay. Let me look at the productivity. Let me look at what you're delivering. If that is not happening, then it's an issue. So I changed that. I also changed the way to speak to them. You can't yell at
Can you
anybody
even
these
understand
days.
their language?
No, we were so, I mean, people yelled at us all the time. I remember people in McKinsey tore up
Tore
my
papers,
papers,
yes.
So like this. Nothing ever happened. I mean, we were like, okay, yeah. And we did, it's not even after we went home and cried. We were like, ठीक है. I was amused most of the time. If somebody actually screamed at me, I was pretty amused कि कितना funny बंदा है. I didn't really have a emotional breakdown and all that people have. So you cannot yell, you cannot have this thing. Otherwise, they will leave because ownership नहीं है. They'll be like, ठीक है यार, कोई और job मिल जाएगी. They're
But
very
is it
cool
so
about it.
like that? I also question every day. That is it so easy to find another job? It's what is changing?
They are not so concerned. Maybe they are not like us. They don't really value money that much. I always think about it.
That aaj
Maybe.
on today, spend today, do not think about tomorrow.
Maybe they don't really. They're not so. They don't love money the way our generation or the baby boomer did. They don't.
Okay.
They don't value it that much. So maybe that's why they're like, okay, doesn't matter. We'll find something else. We'll be okay during that time.
Do you believe that there are biases? What are different mindset of men and women? They work differently. They think differently.
Completely, yeah. I mean, that book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, of course they do. At home also they do, don't they? I mean, they have a very different outlook to everything. And that's great, no? You balance each other at home. You must be able to create balance at the work also. Otherwise, it really becomes very difficult. And women bosses, you know, we've heard of them being terrible. Yeah, they have to be terrible. कोई उनके ऊपर कोई चिल्ला रहा है या तो कोई, because you know there's no such thing as a boss. आपके ऊपर भी हैं लोग, investors हैं, shareholders हैं. You have a fiduciary responsibility to your people. So there is always pressure from every side. So अगर वो woman चिल्ला रही है, it's because वो 10 काम कर रही है यार, वो एक ही नहीं कर रही है. So you know, I mean, I think.
And you think men don't
definitely-
shout?
No, of course they shout. They shout. But I'm just saying that we are stereotyped as women are such terrible bosses. You know? Men are not terrible. Men make weird comments about how you're looking every day. एक तो I don't understand this at all. Why should you be commenting? I mean, I don't look at a guy and say, अरे यार तुम्हारा स्वेटर बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. Who cares? Have you ever heard of a woman commenting on what a man wears? And this happens that even if you're a boss, somebody comes and say,
you're looking great. And participation of women in economy, it's a big topic. Everybody is talking about it. But what do you think that should be done?
See, there are 2 events in a woman's life, actually 3, okay, where she will not work, okay, or she has to take a break.
Or she has to make a choice.
Or she has to, in the choice, you still will need some time.
That's still, yeah.
Even if you come back to work, you can come back after a month, 2 months, but you will have to leave for some time. So one is when you're getting married, one is when you
And
have
why
a
is
child.
that not for the boy, the marriage one?
Why? Because for
उनका वो 3
nothing
दिन
like
का
10 years
छुट्टी
old.
मिलता है और वो जाते हैं and then they come back.
It's the girl who has to shift base, the girl who has to
Yeah,
set
exactly.
in
So
a
now
new
he's all
new
doing it.
environment.
That's true.
It's a
Yeah. So, so that is also another time. Baby is another time. And also when you go for higher education, women are very particular about that. They want to go for higher education. So, if we give ESOPs to women, they will not value it. They will still go for their higher studies. But if you give it to the guys who are just college pass outs, they will wait to see the whole startup grow and then leave you because they want to make money out
Money
of
out
that
of it.
ESOP.
Why such a difference?
Because women are insecure. So they say that, okay, fine, job to hamesha hi mil jayegi. I need to finish my education. And why do I have to finish it? Because men can work at any, and can study also at any time. Because then I'll get married, then I'll have my child.
the
Same
clock
thing.
is
It's
ticking,
just
no?
a social.
The
Yeah.
clock is ticking, and then
Yeah,
you know.
it's very practical and it is something that you can't do anything about. It's a society construct. Yeah, how are you going to change it? So when people say नहीं नहीं हम करेंगे, हम बहुत change करेंगे, क्या करोगे यार change? आप डे केयर की भी फैसिलिटी दे दो, ओके? इवन देन वो 6 महीने का तो लेना पड़ेगा ना उसको. She has to. It's a biological need. Yeah, you have to do it.
But this is something that people don't talk about a lot. But that is coming up, that people that are working from home, their career is not progressing as
No, it
fast.
can't. No, it's not going to. You can work from home.
But people
It's
are
a
not talking
convenience
about
thing.
this.
No, that's something, a very routine job you can get. You
Exactly.
Can, you can,
Something which is research oriented, that a company means talking to each other. I also want to work from home, yeah. I really do.
In my pajamas.
Okay, I'm perfectly fine to
you
work
don't
from
need
here.
to get conducive environment.
Yeah,
There's something to
but,
motivate you to.
Exactly. But I know that to get stuff done, I have to leave my house and get it done.
Have you ever felt you had to sacrifice something because to build this business and now build the next one?
In my first venture, I may have sacrificed time with my child. But then in hindsight, I don't think I'm that person who would have just been at home in love with their child all the time.
No kuchiku all day long.
No, so that is like if
That's
people
not
ask
me.
me, what is the regret you have? So I say, anytime if I have to clock back the time and the time I missed out on my children,
Yeah.
it's something that I would like to compensate for it. But yes, we have raised good children. So
Yeah, but I mean, like my mom said, इतनी lucky हो तुम, उस तुम्हें तंग भी नहीं करता. And my mom is initially she was stay home. मैंने बहुत तंग किया है. She said, you're तो very lucky. वो तो बेचारा तंग भी नहीं
बोले मैं
करता.
हूँ ही नहीं ना यहाँ
Like, really? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But that thing of building businesses while your child is being taken care of is very rare.
What is one thing that you have learned from your life which you feel that you want to share here?
Constantly keep changing yourself. I think it's hugely important. It's very gratifying, very gratifying. Everybody says I'm the manifestation queen. Whatever I think of, I can do. And I'm like, मैंने कुछ hocus pocus नहीं किया manifest करने के लिए. I've just made up my mind कि करना है. That's about it. So there are no rules to this, right? So it's like if an entrepreneur cannot be an artist cannot build a business. There are no rules to anything, yeah. So I think that way, if you have that privilege of support, then you can do anything. So in my first initial journey, I only talk to, by the way, women entrepreneurs. I do not talk to any other entrepreneur. For women, I'm available. I'm ready to help them. I'm ready to answer their questions. They can send me lists of questions. I will answer them. Because I am okay to give back here. Because people gave me and they made me an entrepreneur. I was not an entrepreneur when I started.
Your
off.
Instagram speaks about it.
Yeah,
A lot
so
of
I love that. I really like it. I'm perfectly okay to give back. Whenever they need, I will give back. So similarly on other fronts as well.
So
Charity
what's the
work is
most
a big
asked
thing.
question to you? All these women are writing to you and
That should we take the plunge? Should we do it?
should we do it?
करना चाहिए.
doubt, so much of a self-doubt.
यार but I do give practical. I don't say मैं कर लूँ. I ask those questions. I say मुझे बता दो अपना setup, शादी है, बच्चा है, in-laws हैं घर पे. I ask all the questions because यार आप, I mean the toddler is also there. You are managing the toddler. You're in work and you're building something. यार वो अभी नहीं हुआ है. मतलब अभी उसमें time है थोड़ा, you know. So, but amazing stories that come out of this. Yeah, there used to be this. Remember, there used to be this chain of creches. That's how it started. Also, Priya, who built this clay school or something like that, it was called. She was building this chain of creches for for kids, and that also closed during COVID only. Uske pehle it was doing well. So uska story ye tha that yeah, I mean, I see so many people, and I myself wanted to work, and my toddler was with me, so I created a space in my office that okay, this is going to be the space. That's how she started that, and that's how it started becoming really great.
Challenges with women paraphernalia is like a lot of many things they have to carry
course they have to
with
do.
them.
That social construct is there, but I'm not very sure whether we are okay to give up that social construct. That's another thing. Are we ready to be the men and see our husbands sitting at home and being okay with that? I'm not very sure.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not
I
very
think
sure.
more moving towards
Obviously,
shared
also-
responsibility. पहले तो वहाँ पर पहुँचे.
That do you want to give up the festivals? Do you want
No,
to not
I
dress
don't.
up? Do you want to not go to the parlor? I don't know. You're not ready to give up these things. I think that we enjoy it.
Somehow I feel that that's
That's the compromise you can.
I am ready to do. Yeah,
Yeah, you're ready.
and somehow I feel.
I don't think I am.
feel that's a lot of waste of time because the setup was made at the time when women were supposed to be home,
Yeah.
and the calendar was made to keep them engaged and enjoy and have the bond and connectivity. So every fasting, every ritual, every festival, I think more or less has been there's. If you look at calendar, every day there's something.
Yeah.
So you don't get time to think beyond
Yes.
that.
See, it's a fact that I, as a person, probably I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready to give up the festival because, like you said, it is fun, yeah. तो फन भी तो करना है मतलब सिर्फ एक चीज थोड़ी ना करनी है सो आई थिंक फ्रॉम नेचर वाइज ऑल्सो वी आर मल्टी फैसेटेड वी वांट डिफरेंट थिंग्स if you're just a unicorn and that's all you are and you're sitting and sleeping in the factory like Elon Musk, I don't think any woman is going to be
But that is,
happy, yeah.
I'm not saying do that, but it's just that men, their wardrobe is very simple. Blues, blacks, browns, beiges. I always wondered, for them it takes 10 minutes to get ready. For us it gets 30
1 hour.
minutes minimum to get ready. It is how that came from. Where did it come from?
I think there are still ways, like I love color and I can accessorize every day and change my bag and do all of that. I can do that. But I would have planned it on a Sunday and made sure all the clothes were out and ready on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You do that?
Yeah, I would.
Remember Shamli,
She
long
is
time
it.
back,
Yeah.
one of our career coach, she said, executive coach, she said that how that's something though I'm not applying it, but it was very good that I take out my clothes, I do every
Plan
planning.
everything.
Yeah, I do. Because I know I don't have that time. I don't have that luxury of time. So I know. So I make sure that I do plan it out to the best of my capability. Even in the festivals, for the entire festivals, all my outfits are
Already done.
they're already hanging in the closet. I just have to pick it up, tell somebody to iron them, and then wear it and go.
And after that, the jewelry and the bag and the
yeah,
footwear.
it's all, honestly, it's all planned.
So somebody told me that I make a Google sheet for my festival. My everything is coordinated and planned.
So I can make a Google sheet, but I use an
But you're a good planner.
yeah, Virgo. But I think honestly that women are so much more capable because they are multifaceted and because we want more things. We really can manage it all. We can. I know it's a big myth, and people say, why should we manage it all? ये भी तो question आता है. But I think we're so capable that we can manage it
No, we
all.
can.
We can. We can
Absolutely.
do everything. We can take care of our kids, we can have families, and we can build very good businesses, and we can look very nice also.
So Aditi Balbir, when she gets a chance to speak to our audience and Sipping Thought, we always kind of want to reach to a message which is your unique message to women. What would it be?
That do everything. Do not at all scale down your dreams. Dream big, do everything. You just have to learn the art of management of time. That's all. That's the only thing you need to learn. You can do it all. Be kind to your body. Be kind to, if you're tired, like if I'm tired, if I feel tired and I feel exhausted, I will not push myself. Like for example, if I was not well today, I would have called you and told you I'm not well. And I wouldn't take the stress of you saying kitni
I'm sorry,
unprofessional
huh?
hai, kitna it's very bad, she cancelled the shoot and all. I wouldn't, because I would be like, okay, I need this, I would take it.
So thank you, Aditi, for being here and being unapologetic about being who you are. And